Hello, welcome to Classic Cars Driven. My name's Matt Nichols and today we're driving the Austin-Healey 3000. Healey was a racer. In fact, he won the Monte Carlo Rally in 1931, and that's the ethos he used to build all of his cars. Basically, he thought, race it on a Sunday, sell one on a Monday. The Big Healey 3000, has been on my wish list of cars to drive all the time that we've been running the website and YouTube channel. It's just taken a while to get here, and today's the day, and I am not disappointed. In all, there are around 47,000 Austin-Healey 3000s produced in three forms: the Mark 1, the Mark 2, and this, the Mark 3. This is the BJ8 chassis, as you know. So on the market, well, about 17,000 of the 47,000. So just edging it above the number produced for both the Mark 1 and the Mark 2. The walnut dash, slightly raised suspension on the rear to improve ground clearance. There were modifications to the silencer system as well, and the engine power is up from 124, 125 to 150. It is a 2+2, so for the purists out there, for a strict 2-seat experience, you'd have to plumb for an earlier car, because the only made Mark 3 has a 2+2. It was never produced in a strict 2-seat form, but the 2 seats in the back really are for luggage. The boot's quite tiny, it has to carry the spare wheel, not much room in there. He knew his limitations when it came to making cars. He wanted to hit the volume market. He knew he couldn't do that on his own, and he used partners. Initially Nash in America to produce the Nash Healey models, and then in secret, having had a meeting with Leonard Lord, who lent him the engine that powers this car, in fact all the Austin-Healey 3000s, the 3-litre Austin A90 engine. He lent the engines, and Donald set about designing this car in secret. He didn't want Nash to know about it, and he didn't want Morris to know about it, because they were provided by the engines for it at the time. It launched, this car as a sensation. Worried about the styling of the front grille, he sheepishly parked the car in the motor show facing the wall. But people were all over it, they absolutely loved the styling. This was going to be a major hit. What do you get when you're driving the Austin-Healey 3000? Well, it is a proper classic car. I'd put this right up there with the E-Type Jag, I have to say. And the same with the E-Type, it's unbelievable that these cars are the age that they are, and the design dates back so far. And on the front, the disc brakes. This is born from Donald Healey's love of motor racing. You know, they knew how to get from Le Mans that they had to have decent brakes. They came straight off the racetrack and came straight back to production to fit disc brakes on the car. And so you've got the disc brakes up front and drums on the rear. There is servo assistance, so you press the brake pedal and you get a very modern response. The car wants to stop and pull up quite quickly. The steering, even though it is the sort of worm and wheel type approach, it's not a sort of more modern rack and pinion steering. Fine, a little bit of play around the top dead centre, so as you go from a slight left lock to a slight right lock, you can feel that pick up in the play, but it doesn't take much getting used to. The other thing to say about the Austin-Healey 3000 is the power delivery from the large capacity Austin A90 engine. It's absolutely tremendous. I think a couple of times I've inadvertently pulled away in second gear, and I haven't noticed. torque in the engine is tremendous. It's power delivery all the way through the range. And I think what's interesting is the engine does like to rev a little bit as well, so it's not all about the low down torque. The same experience we had in the Triumph TR4, which to be honest didn't really want to rev, it was just having a pull from low revs. But in this car you can definitely get the best of both worlds. You get the large capacity engine, you get a broad range of power, and an engine that when you want to put your foot down, responds. So in terms of driver experience, it is a proper driver's car. The steering is, like I said, works well enough, the power is there, and the brakes are decent. So you don't feel shy about putting your foot down and make use of that broad range of power. And obviously when you do, you get that beautiful soundtrack. You've got to drive this car with the roof down, this is pouring down the rain, that's the rules. And with it, you get to listen to that sort of torquey, powerful rumble that comes back through the car. It is completely intoxicating. Other features include small race-style bucket seats that just hinge from the front basically to allow you to gain access to the rear space. There's no adjustment and you kind of end up sat quite bolt upright, which I guess is all part of the Austin-Healey 3000 experience. So you're not laid back down here, you're sat vertically. And of course facing you is the steering wheel straight in front of you, so you grip it with your elbows drop down. So quite close to the steering wheel. My legs were at full stretch for the pedals, yet my hands and my arms couldn't be closer to me. There are no stalks. The indicators are activated from a lever that sits in the middle of the steering wheel itself. And then everything else is on switches on the panel. Not that you get much. And the other feature, which is really for passengers, is all the heat from the exhaust comes up through on the passenger side. The heater on these cars was actually an option, but to be honest, it's not necessary. And there is actually one fitted to this car, but it's been disconnected for that reason. I've been Matt Nichols. This is ClassicCarsDriven.com, and today it's my great pleasure to say we've been driving the Austin-Healey 3000.